Hello everyone, good evening. I trust you're doing well. Thank you for having another section with me today. And in this section, we're going to discuss about a proficient Ghanaian artist who is active and still practicing over the past 8 years. For the essence of the discussion, we'll be looking at the introduction, the artist profile, the inspiration of this artist, the philosophy behind the artist's work, the technique employed by this artist, the style in which the artist work, and also some of the works of the artist will be looked at, the aesthetic description of the artwork, and the conclusion. Art is one of the many creativity of humanity existence that evolves and changes the world each and every day. Art has taught the world so many importance in various activities of everyday moments, flashbacks, and memories. Art Proficiency Honors focuses on art production, portfolio development, research, writing, and critique. We more deeply explore concepts covered in art beginning and art intermediate. The 12 most necessary skills for a fine artist are visible in every proficient artist. Realistic drawing, constructive drawing, ability to draw from life, drawing for memory and imagination, knowledge of art materials and their skillful use, knowledge of rule of perspective, knowledge of golden proportion, composition skills, knowledge of proportions of human head, face and body, knowledge of human anatomy, understanding and using of techniques in rendering tonal values, color theory and techniques of working with color. Our highlight is thrown to one Mr. Essilfie Banton. Mr. Francis Essilfie Banton is a graduate of University of Education Winneba, where he is currently pursuing a master's in philosophy in art education. He teaches at Mpramso Senior High School in the Kowu South Municipality in Ghana's Eastern region. He is known as the Thrash Artist. For Mr. Essilfie's inspiration, he was worried about how thrash was not managed properly in Ghana and therefore decided to place value on thrash by becoming an artist who will turn trash into beautiful products. I quote, "I decided to be the artist who is turning trash into treasure, to entertain, to heal people in a form of therapy, and recycling to save the earth by bringing together all that has been destroyed by mankind to create a beautiful, healthy, and organic and safe earth." For his philosophy, Mr. Essilfie believes that the earth can be saved from pollution by a conscious contribution of every single person in the world, transforming the canvas into a creative depth and interactive artistic presentation guided by principles of design. My art is basically about trash. What this means is that these unwanted items that are being sent out of the home are what is important to me. Normally, I pick them from the street and then I try to tell the public that what you don't want is very important to someone else. For Mr. Essilfie techniques, he employs dry brush, impasto, and dry media technique in all his works. For his style, Mr. Essilfie's style of art is basically about materials and things being thrown away and has no use anymore. The following are some of the painting themes worked on by Mr. Essilfie Banton. Life on the Sea, music and soul. Standing committee. Sex with books. Gomesh. Beginning of life. COVID-19 meets art in Ghana. Two are better than one. Kaneshi. Ebony Rains. Number 1. BKC. Sport in UUW. The following are some mixed media themes worked on by Mr. Francis Essilfie. Fellow Ghanaians. Papa J. Akwaba. Lips. Freedom and Justice. Riyala. B. Mali. Kwame Nkrumah. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. President Paul Kagame. The following are some of the artistic description of some of the artwork of Mr. Essilfie Banton. Collecting of trash from the environment to help solve some of the sanitation problems in Ghana. All these wastes are put together to make the artwork of Paul Kagame, President of Rwanda, the man who was able to bring unity and harmony to where there was oppression and contrast. Paul, you need to be celebrated. Well done. Africa is proud of you. Entry to the office of the Sports College of the University of Education, Winneba. At the right hand of the building corner to the office is tagged with a multi-pictured mural painting measuring 108 inches by 60 inches. The medium used was acrylic on emulsion wall. The work was done in 2016, titled Sport in UEW. The artist is Essilfie Banton. Scanning through the mural painting gives a viewer an optical perception of shapes, lines, color, and texture. There is a predominant use of diagonal lines throughout the work. This causes the eye to sweep into the mural work. Mr. Francis Essilfie Banton collects various pieces of solid waste, including plastic wrappers, bottle tops, cans, toys, and spoons, among others from the environment, to create striking collage portraits of prominent personalities in Ghana and the African landscape. Up close, one perceives his finished pieces as a confusing mass of just bola, but a second look from a distance reveals a rather dramatic piece of art. When asked why he used this technique, Mr. Essilfie explained that his work mainly employs optical illusion. It gives you a different interpretation of life from a different angle, he said. When one looks from afar, he continued, our world is very beautiful, but when we get closer, we see the mess we have caused the earth. This is the language being spoken by these artwork. So contextually, all is not lost. Let's collect the pollutants back from the environment, put them together, and rebuild Mother Earth. We are the world. Thank you and have a wonderful evening. I hope you have learned a great lesson from our prominent artist, Mr. Francis Essilfie Banton. And through his inspiration, we all will come together to collect back the pollutants from the environment and keep Mother Earth clean. Thank you once again and have a good evening. See you next time.